Hey, what's up? Justin here with 65 Drums. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing my first impressions on the ATV EXS3. This is the smaller version of the ATV EXS5. I got a chance to play that last year at NAMM and did a video about it. So if you want to learn more about that one, which costs about $500 more than this one, go check it out. I'll link it down in the description below. This one is actually very good as well. And for some people that don't want to spend $2,500, this one is a little bit cheaper. By the way, this drum set is a little bit too small for me personally because I'm around 6'6", so every drum set around the size that I play looks very tiny when I'm playing on it, just so you have a heads up about that. I'm also going to be talking about the different Canopus sounds that just came out as well, because I got a chance to play those acoustic drums and listen to some of those sounds that they just released on their store. So starting with the drums, you get a 10-inch mesh snare, 3 10-inch mesh toms, and a 10-inch kick drum. As far as cymbals go, you get a 2-piece 12-inch set of hi-hats, you get a 12-inch crash cymbal, and then you get a 14-inch ride cymbal. Thankfully, these are the exact same types of cymbals that you can find on their flagship series, the ATV Artist series. They're just a little bit smaller. So they have 360 triggering, just like those really nice cymbals because they're the exact same series. They also all have 3 zones on them. They're all chokeable. They're also all very, very thin. The cymbals are probably some of the highlights of this drum set. Those hi-hats are also pretty much the same as the hi-hats that I have on the drum set behind me, and they're very nice. I do kind of miss playing on the 14-inch ones when I'm playing on this EXS3 kit, but I understand why they made them a little bit smaller for this cheaper kit. Overall, the cymbals are great. The mesh heads on these are also the same that ATV uses on all their kits. They're 2 plies, they feel pretty good. A little bit bouncy like rolling mesh heads, but overall they feel pretty good as well. They all track really, really well because ATV is like obsessive about trigger accuracy. It's so good that it's boring to talk about, to be honest. It just performs exactly like it should. It's a very high quality, very well put together drum set. And all these pads are sitting on a 4-post drum rack, which felt pretty sturdy, didn't really move around a lot while I was playing on it. I just enjoyed playing on this drum set. Just a heads up though, it does not come with the hi-hat stand or the kick pedal or the drum throne, so you will have to buy those things if you buy this drum set. The drum module powering all the different pads is the ATV XD3. This thing comes in 2 different variants. There's the black version and the silver version. From what I can tell, they're the exact same thing, just with a different coat of paint. The silver one comes on the EXS3 and EXS5. Meanwhile, the black version comes on the EXS1 and 2. The EXS1 and 2, I've never really talked about them on the channel very much because they don't seem to be sold in the United States. They have like lower end cymbals and stuff on them, and ATV never seems to have them at their booths. If you've never played an ATV drum set or used an ATV drum module, there's one thing you need to know about them. They keep things simple, like really simple. You do not need to watch a tutorial or read a manual. Just bump around for 5 seconds and you'll learn how to use the drum module. They do take it to an extreme though. So the weirdest thing about this drum module is the fact that it only comes with 5 kits pre-installed. There's actually a button for each one of the 5 kits. But the thing is, that's only like a third of the sounds or a fourth of the sounds that you have access to. For the rest of the sounds, you have to go onto atv.com, you have to create an account, and then you have to go to this download page. And now you have access to the 13 other kits for free that you get to download and install into the drum module. The reason why I think that is weird is that no one else makes you do that. If you buy an Alesis drum set, they don't give you 5 kits and then you have to go to the alesis.com and download all the other ones. My main theory as to why they've gone this direction is that they want you to make an account, download all those sounds, and then in the corner of your eye, you'll see all the other sounds you can download for a fee. ATV loves microtransactions. That's the direction this company is heading in, and I'm not really a fan of that. I feel like all the sounds they have on their website should be included in the drum module. Maybe not all of them in this module, but at least all these sounds should be in the ATV 85 module because that's supposedly their flagship drum module. If you want to download all these sounds, it would cost about $198.50 to get all the sounds in their library. It's also kind of awkward because if you buy a 2-box module, you can download more free sounds from their website. Or if you buy an Alesis Strike drum set, they just keep giving you free kits. Every single new update, there's another free amazing drum set. So ATV is the only one going in the direction of microtransactions. If I wanted to play devil's advocate though, I will say that those sounds are really, really good. A lot of the sounds on the online store are better than the pre-installed ones, especially some of the snare sounds. So if you are an ATV customer or if you're about to buy this drum set, it might be worth it to budget an extra 50 bucks or whatever to cobble together a kit from the different really cool snares and ride cymbals and all the different drums because, you know, you could really create something really, really awesome. The 13 free kits are cool. That brings you up to a decent number of kits, not great, but decent. and maybe spending a few extra bucks on some sounds would be a good idea. I should probably bring up Canopus, this brand new partnership that they've done, where essentially they're going to be recording and sampling a bunch of sounds from this acoustic drum company. I really like the way their drums sound. They also use some very old wood in their snare drums and stuff, and they just sound great. And I listened to some of the sounds that they sampled and recorded for the online store, and they're very high quality sounds. So I think it'll be a nice addition to their sound collection. So moving ahead to the pros and cons of this drum set, here's what I like and don't like about this kit overall. I love the sound quality that they have here. These are very natural sounding drums inside of this module. You don't get many of them, but they're very rich, they have good tone to them, and they sustain forever. I like the sounds in here. The thing for me though is that it seems as if they recorded all this in a fairly small studio with just foam everywhere to absorb all the reflections of the sounds. So these are very dry sounds is what I'm trying to say. They're very natural sounding, but very dry. I wish I could add like a bunch of reverb or something to some of these kits to really bring them alive and give them a little bit of airiness or something. But as far as the overall tone, the richness, and the quality of the sounds, if you love, very authentic, realistic sounds with no processing, this is the module for you. And because this is an ATV drum set, the trigger accuracy was excellent, it was spot on, and the dynamic range at play was very impressive as well. The cymbals were also a big plus for me because they're all 360 triggering, they all have 3 zones, and they're incredibly thin. These are their flagship cymbals, just in like a smaller form factor. Also, the module was very easy to use, and the whole drum set is pretty portable if that's something you want from your electronic kit. Now, as far as downsides go, if you buy this drum set, you're not getting that many kits. Even if you download all the extra free kits from their website, that's still like half of the drum sets that you would get from any other company on earth at this price range. Another thing is that the snare size should be a little bit larger. I feel like a 12-inch snare would have made this drum set more fun to play on. And then of course, because it's ATV, you don't have many sound adjustments at all inside of the module. What you get is what you get. That's both a selling point for some people and a negative for some people like me. It just depends on how you're looking at this drum set overall. I think this drum set, taken as a whole, is great. I really enjoyed playing it, but because I'm so tall, it's not really the drum set for me. This brings us into the topic of ATV EXS3 versus ATV EXS5. Now I realize you're probably not going to be surprised when I say, oh look, the more expensive drum set is better. But between these two drum sets, getting that extra crash cymbal, having a much larger ride, bigger hi-hats, bigger snare, all these things combine into making the EXS5 a much better buy for me personally. It's more fun to play on something that's closer to its acoustic counterpart, and this still retains that portability, it still retains the simplicity of the drum module, it still retains the same sounds, just gives you a slightly bigger playing surface on pretty much every aspect of the drum set. I think the EXS5 is the better kit overall, at least to me personally. But still, that's not taking away from this drum set. I still do like the EXS3, it's just that I like the EXS5 a little more. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in a few.